Hi everyone, I wanted to share with you my Your Paper Pantry ATC swaps for April that I did on Ustream, and I'll include a link below to both Ustream, which I did record the first, I think, 3 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever the maximum allowable is, and my blog, which has explicit instructions on kind of all the products that I used. But this is what I made. It's white lightweight chipboard cut to 2.5 by 3.5 inch size, which is a standard ATC. Then I cornered with the Crocodile We Are Memory Keepers 1/4 inch around the edges. I used a Stamper's Best splattered paint rubber stamp for the background. Gorgeous deep etch in 2 different colors of Color Box ink, wisteria and olive pastel, and I literally took the ink, just move this over, and each of the stamps and stamped each of the inks, and then covered half of the stamp in different color inks, green, the green and the purple, and then stamped the background. And the little vase that I made is made with a Tim Holtz Alterations die, the keyhole. Let me show you. Look familiar? And the little slip that it's sitting in is another Movers and Shapers Sizzix photo corner in Fleur de Lis. So what I did is I took my cut ATC, placed it inside, placed the Movers and Shaper Fleur de Lis photo corner inside of the Tim Holtz number 8 die. Let me see if I can grab that quickly, if it's within reach. I have on the Ustream, and you could totally fast forward through it to get to the part. I show exactly how I did it. So I put the, I dropped the magnetic Movers and Shaper inside the number 8 tag, then placed the ATC in there with the foam pieces, those little foam pieces that come from Sizzix for the, oh, here they are. I got one right here. I placed these around the drop-in to keep the card up. Then you don't really have to tape it down, but you could totally use temporary adhesive to keep the whatever you're cutting in its place. I know Tim Holtz is coming out with a Movers and Shapers ATC die, but this was kind of my faux version. So I ran this through, which created this Fleur de Lis in the ATC. Then I ran it through again out of paper and created a little mask, which is what this little piece is. And then I just temporarily adhered the mask to each of the cards to stamp the background, because I didn't want the background on the Fleur de Lis. And then the keyholes are actually leftover negatives from another project. I did a project where I needed the keyhole out of the white chipboard, and I saved it. For some reason, I was playing around with it, and I thought, if you turn it upside down, it looks like a vase, and it totally does. So that's how I made the little slip-in the vase. And this little crown are negatives from my niece's 5th birthday invitations. That's what cuts out of one of the sides of the invitation. Let's see if I can grab that quickly. This section right here cut out all of these little crowns, and I saved them, and that's what I used. I just dunked them directly into the wisteria chalk ink and heat set it. Then I used 2 butterflies, 2 of the smaller butterflies from the new Stamper's Best butterfly collection. I used this one right here and this one. to stamp in the background, and then their bodies were covered in stickles. Actually, this one is stickles, and this one is Cosmic Shimmers. Twinkles. Cosmic Twinkle. Thank you to Sarah. I have that. Fabulous. I love the tip of this. It's a really fine tip, and it doesn't seem to get clogged at all or produce bubbles, so that was really nice. So that's what I did, and these gorgeous flowers are from Wild Orchid Crafts. Let me grab those. They're the 15mm variegated lavender roses. So I put 3 of them in each of the vases and slipped them underneath the vase. And what you don't see underneath my personal information on the back, the cutout is what's housing the long stems for the wires. I left the wires on because it looks like a complete little bouquet. So there's my 3D ATC for April for your paper pantry. I have a whole box of them, and they're going out today. So there's my little project, and if anybody wants some white noise or is crafting in the room, I highly recommend jumping on Ustream because I found it very useful. It was very motivating. There was a lot of good feedback from participants, and thank you girls all for stopping in and spending some time with me while I created these. It was a lot of fun. I'm thinking I might schedule future ones just to complete projects because it was really helpful to not be talking to myself. That was a big bonus. So if anyone's bored and wants to have something in the background while you're crafting, you're welcome to watch the Ustream recording. It does cut off about 20 minutes at the end, but you get the gist of the finished product. I think on the Ustream I still hadn't rounded the corners. Oh, and the edges were all rubbed with Wisteria chalk ink. So there's my ATCs for April. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. And you all know by now, I make an extra one. So there's an extra one that will be given away to one viewer who leaves a comment. And I would love it if you're a subscriber, but I'm not going to be, tyrannical about it. If you'd like to subscribe, I would appreciate it. The other thing that I did on the Ustream is I have a prototype, and this prototype is already going to a home, so I think I might start doing that too. So if I do a Ustream, I'll have a prototype where I just test out kind of the positioning of things and what I would like to do, and I'll be given away to someone who watches the Ustream. So this has already got a home, but there is an extra one that will be given away to one commenter. Thanks for watching, everyone. Oh, the comments will be open for 1 week. Feel free to stop on my blog and get additional information. I have a listing step by step of what products I used. Thanks for watching, everyone.